In this video, I'm going to be explaining how to lime fields in Farming Simulator 25. Let's get into it. Alright, so let's check out the help menu for liming. So liming, spread lime every 3 harvests to gain a 15% yield bonus on your field. The field info will show the needs lime hint as soon as the field requires liming. You can buy lime as pallets at the shop or in loose form at lime stations. To spread it on your fields, you need a fertilizer spreader that can be filled with lime. Note that not all models can be used to spread lime. Look for the lime icon in the shop when choosing your fertilizer spreader. Okay, so pretty straightforward. Alright, so we have our field here, we're ready to do some planting. However, we've got the needs lime indication down the bottom there, so you can see that indicated by the exclamation mark and needs lime. So what this means is we need to lime our field in order to maintain a high yield. So you get about a 15% yield bonus, as we talked about in the help menu. If you don't lime and you've got needs lime turned on, you'll get a yield deficit. So if you don't want to deal with the lime, you can simply come into your settings, come into the crops and growth section, and lime required on or off. So if I turn that off, that will remove the needs lime requirement. However, we're going to leave it on and we're going to carry up liming step. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, in order to spread lime, we first need a lime spreader. So you want to come into the vehicle menu, into yield improvements, and then tab across to fertilizer spreaders. Open up the menu, and then we've got some spreaders here. So fertilizer spreaders are signified with the seed and the bag. So the leaf with the bag for the seed icon, and then fertilizer is the white, limey, powdery looking icon. You can see that there, so I'll zoom in. So you can see there's 2 options here that will spread lime. So we've got the Stru Master FW212TD Profi and the Bredel lime spreader. So we're going to use the Bredel. So this is a good one if you want to use use it for fertilizer and for lime, so you get 2 machines in one. Now it comes with a tank extension if you desire, and also a spreading system increase. So it goes from 6 meters, 30 meters, sorry. So you get an increase. So if you want to do that, you can speed up your workflow. So let's go ahead and lease this guy. Right, next thing we need is some lime to put in it. So in the yield improvement section, we want to go to consumables, and we want to find the lime. So you got lime pallets, lime big bags, and they're the 2 main sources of lime from the shop. So we'll grab 1 pallet of the lime from here. Okay, and we can see that there. So our tractor is ready to go. Our lime is next to the trailer. So all we have to do is pull up alongside, and you'll get refill fertilizer spreader, and that's now filling with lime, as you can see. Pretty straightforward. Alright, that's now filled. So there is another location where you can get lime in bulk, and that's through a lime station. Okay, so lime stations are located around the map at various locations. So in Riverbend Springs, there's one up here, lime station 3. There's one over here in the top right, lime station 2. But there's one near our starter farm in this area, down near the barge and field 2. So lime station 4, we're going to tag place, and we're going to head on down there, and we're going to fill the rest of the spreader with lime, and then we're going to go apply the lime on the field. So I'll drive on down there, and then we'll come back in. See you in a minute. Alright, so here we are at the lime station, so you can see that there. So what we need to do is pull up alongside, and you can see the cover will open up, and then we just push L3 to start filling, and we can pick what we want to fill it with. In this case we want lime, so that will start filling. So we get an animation, so even though it's not going into the trailer, it's actually filling the trailer, and you can see the contents raising up there. So I'll let this guy get filled up, and then we'll come back in. Alright, there we go, so we're all full. So let's close the cover, and we'll head over to our field, and we'll get this lime applied. So I'll see you over there. Alright, here we are at the field, ready to apply the lime. Okay, so we've still got the lime, needs lime indication there. So what we're going to do is we're going to unfold the fertilizer spreader, so that'll lower the spreading discs. Okay, and then basically get into position, and we're just going to start applying it. Now, turn the spreader on, and you can see we're getting the lime spread. Not completely evenly. Let's just zoom out a little bit so we get a better idea. Now obviously you can use a worker for this purpose as well. If you use the worker, your lime volume won't go down because helper by is turned on by default. Okay, but obviously when you do this manually, you are going to get a reduction in your lime as you apply it. Now obviously as you get better at this, you'll have more efficient passes than what I'm doing here. But this is just to sort of show you the general procedure. And if we turn the spreader off quickly and jump out, you can see the difference from where we've limed to where we haven't. So the needs lime requirement has now been removed, and the rest of the field is showing as still needing lime. So what we'll do is we'll finish off this job, and then we'll come back in once the field is completely limed. So I'll see you in a minute. Alright, so we finished applying the lime, so you can see that field state has now changed, obviously visually with the lime on top, and the needs lime indication is now gone. So we just jump out to the build mode. You can kind of see that's all covered. Now obviously I've done a pretty inefficient few passes, so if you utilize the worker for this purpose, you'll get it applied a lot more efficiently, whereas if you want to do it yourself, you know, there's a risk that you'll miss it and have to go over it again, so you end up using more lime. But that's just sort of part for the course. Alright, let's move on. Alright, so this field is limed and completed. We've done all that's needed to complete the liming process, and it's ready for planting. So let's move on. So there you have it, guys. Quick intro guide on how to lime fields in Farming Simulator 25. If you like this video, leave a like on it. If you've got any comments, leave them down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.